Are we live on the internet? Is it happening? Fantastic.
Oh,
Whatever. We'll just do this one. Whatever. I have sound now. The other sound should have been working, but it wasn't. So
all right.
And hopefully people can hear all of us.
yes,
Hopefully.
they can hear you. Your sound bar was working. So greetings, everyone. We're here. Which I instinctually wanted to follow up with we're queer, which isn't entirely true. But we are indeed here, and we're super excited. This is the November Scry Ahead stream. I am your host, Jillian Loveday, and I am joined by our slightly less Baldman, our online event coordinator, Spencer, over here. And our online event manager, apparently, I didn't realize there were a hierarchy going on here, but I guess that makes sense, Ted. And we're all here this month, so we're super excited to be here. Yeah. We are not on the screen in order of baldness. We're in no particular order aside from I'm here in the middle.
Bald sandwich.
But anyways, we got a lot to cover tonight, so want to keep it going. That took a while to sink in, and I'm gonna veto that phrase again from happening.
Sure.
Anyways, let me go through the agenda. We're going to talk about our charity of the month. We're going to talk about what we're going to be streaming this month. We're going to give you an update on Dragon Marks, an update on Home Game in the Cloud. We're going to do our giveaway, which is why you're all really here today, right? You want to get some free tickets for the virtual D&D weekend in November. We're going to talk about the games we're running in November, despite the saying that, and then we're going to talk about what's coming up for December and January. We're going to announce that giveaway winner, and then we're going to wrap it all up and say thank you, because we're polite like that. But anyways, without further ado, let's get into this. Ted, why don't you tell everyone about our charity for this month?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think in light of events that are happening around the world, abuses being committed against those seeking freedom and self-determination in Iran and Ukraine and a number of other places, we have chosen this month to support Human Rights Watch, which investigates and reports on abuses happening in all corners of the world, working to protect those most at risk. They partner with organizations that work around the globe to help hold people accountable, bring justice to victims, make change in industry, in governments, and with other organizations. So we are very, very pleased to be able to choose them as our charity for the month.
All right, and drop that link there for anyone who wants to read a little bit more about the Human Rights Watch. That's in chat on the Baldman stream. As for what we're going to be streaming this month, well, to start, we're streaming this, the Scry Ahead. Is where we talk about all the things upcoming in the next month. Our next Scry Ahead is going to be December 4th. Some of us are going to be bringing it to you live from Philadelphia, where we'll be at PAX Unplugged. Then we're going to do our, I don't know, it's not really monthly at this point in time, very odd stream.
It's going to happen whenever it happens, as we all know. One very odd stream is dependent on the whims of the playtest. And so whenever we do get a new packet of additional content to look at, we will be planning an opportunity for a designer or designers to come on and talk to us about any exciting new playtest changes, as well as any news about how that's going to affect the playtest games that we run at virtual weekends. TBD for the next one, because you still have until the 10th, which is what, Thursday, right? In order to put your feedback in for the expert classes. So if you haven't done that yet, you have until Thursday. They've
That is indeed Thursday. Yes.
I think officially that makes it soon TM.
It is soon TM. Yes.
Soon TM. Yes, that is correct. We are also going to be, if you saw the announcement tweets for this, our Baldman Games meet and greet, the next episode of that, where we get to know our Baldman personalities, starting with our new storyline coordinators. We've already met the Moonshade Isles new storyline coordinators, Paul and Savannah, and now we're going to meet the Dreams of the Red Wizards. No, that's
Nope. We've already done the
That's wrong. Yep. We've already done the Dreams of the Red Wizards. We've got
the document's
one
right.
It's
the document's right. You're reading it wrong.
I know. I know. Episode 1 featured Moonshade Isles. Episode 2 featured Red Dreams and Red Wizards. And now we're going to talk to the last, but not the least, certainly, the Dragonlance storyline coordinators. Yes, that's very exciting, and we're super looking forward to that. So that's next episode is Sunday, November 13th, a week from today, right here at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We ditched the daylight for now.
It's true.
Um, yeah, and we will of course be taking questions for that. You can post them on the Baldman Games community Discord in the BMG streaming category under the channel streaming questions. And that should be available and open for everyone. And if you haven't joined the Discord, there's like a little flashing thing under Spencer's face that tells you how to do that. Yeah, yeah. I won't be available for that, so I won't be wearing the bald cap on that one, Teos, but honestly, not a bad plan. Everybody has to tune in though. If I wear the bald cap, we gotta like hit like peak viewership.
Yeah, when you look at subscription goals, to get the bald cap out.
All right. Speaking of Moonshade Isles, though.
Yes. Speaking of Moonshade Isles, the long delayed, long awaited live actual play stream called and that was the title and everything. So I wrote the docs so I get to say it, talk about it. Moonshade Isles, Castle of Skulls.
You gotta say it with more gravitas.
Moonshade Isle, Castle of Skulls.
There we go.
An actual play stream set in the Moonshade Isles is coming very, very soon, TM. The first episode will drop on Tuesday, November the 22nd at 8 p.m. and every other week after that. So bi-weekly.
All right. For those of you in the U.S., that is the Tuesday before Thanksgiving.
Yes. We have an awesome cast lined up. We've got DM Paul Gabbett, Emmy Gold-winning DM Paul Gabbett, also Moonshade Isle storyline coordinator Paul Gabbett. We've got the amazing Chris Gideon, the awesome Graham Ward. We've got the incredible Gwen Marshall. We've got some guy named Todd. I think he's hanging out in chat. He's
all
good.
right.
He's fine, I guess. Yeah. And of course, the incomparable Jess Penley. Yeah, you're welcome, Todd. It's going to be a great time. It is set in the same Moonshades as our Adventures League games, set sometime after Rising Shadows, but before Malefic Delusions happens. Produced by the three of us, but executive produced by the amazing Ginny Loveday.
This just means I put money into it, everybody.
That's exactly
let's just be clear here. I was so excited to make this happen that I was willing to put my money down.
We have some very exciting things to talk about very shortly about it. Not tonight.
Yes,
but
yeah.
We will be talking about the actual play, and it will be very exciting for those of you who want to follow along. Maybe there are some rewards. We'll talk about that later.
I don't know. Who knows? Speaking of rewards, that's a great segue, Ted.
Yes. So it's time to talk about Dragon Marks again. For those of you who haven't paid attention to this at all to this point, Baldman Games has started our rewards program that we call Dragon Marks. Every time you play a paid adventure, whether that's a learn to play, whether that's a 2-hour adventure, a 4-hour adventure, something bigger, you are going to earn 1 Dragon Mark. And we have sort of been talking back and forth about what exactly you're going to be able to do with them. There are 2 ways your Dragon Marks are useful to you. The first is that at the end of the year, we are going to be providing a shirt. We haven't showcased the design yet, but we are hoping we will be able to show it on the next Scry Ahead stream, something very exciting. You don't have to spend your Dragon Marks to do that. If you have earned X number of marks, we're still finalizing the number, during the course of the year, then you will be eligible to purchase the shirt. We'll send you a link in your email or through Discord, depending on how you've set up your communications with us. And you will be able to purchase that shirt. It is a limited edition shirt. We're only making 1 run of them. And when they are gone, they're gone. That's it. You can only collect them 1 per year. And so we're going to do a shirt or a something else every year. But the first one's going to be a shirt. The second way that your Dragon Marks are useful to you is that you can spend them. And we've been waiting to have an opportunity to tell you what you can spend them on. In this case, our very first opportunity for you is going to be that you can spend those dragon marks in order to get early access tickets to try out the brand new Dragonlance adventure that we're going to talk about a little bit later in the program. So this is the premiere adventure for our brand new Dragonlance storyline. We are premiering the adventure fully at PAX Unplugged, but those of you who have Dragon Marks can turn some of those in order to get early access to that adventure. We're going to be running it the weekend immediately following Thanksgiving for those of you in the US. So that's the 26th to the 29th. We're still trying to come up with exactly when the sessions are going to be. But tickets for that are going to be $25. And we will tell you very, very, very soon, later this week, how many dragon marks it's going to require in order to be able to get access to those tickets, along with an update to our tool that's going to let those of you who are on Discord actually see how many dragon marks you have, which I imagine you would like to do before you turn them in.
Mhm.
And that's it for now. That's it for now. Later this week, though, we'll have more information.
Will you need to have the Dragonlance book to play in the Dragon Mark special game? No.
No,
Yeah.
you will not. No.
You don't ever have to have any book.
We will have information for you out very shortly. We're talking with our Dragonlance coordinators a little bit about that. And so when we have our meet and greet next week, hopefully we'll be able to give you any of the important details if we can pry it out of them. We will do our very best to make sure that you have everything you could possibly need to know about getting started with that Dragonlance storyline.
Yes. Alrighty. And speaking of, did you drop that ticket cost? It's on the next page, so.
Yeah, Ted mentioned it.
$25. $25
Yes.
for the tickets for that game. Yes.
I thought so, but I imagined things. So, other ways to play games, though, aside from the Dragon Mark award game at the end of the year, we've got Home Game in the Cloud.
Yes, Home Game in the Cloud. So this is the thing we've had a lot of requests from players and DMs who want to be able to run through a storyline. So this is a whole new thing for us. The idea is that we'll have fixed groups playing through storylines between virtual D&D weekends. There will be 4 more sessions in a single home game for a DM. And it's sort of similar to Red Carpet, but not exactly the same. And a lot of people, when I tell them about it, sort of think it's the same thing. The difference is, instead of the players requesting it from us, the DMs will request us to set up a home game for them. So it comes from the DM side, not the player side. You can still communicate with the DM and get them to set it up, but it's all coming from the DM side. And then they always happen between the virtual weekends, not during. That's one of the hard rules we have, is it's happening between. It's to sort of fill the gaps in between. The main thing about this, though, is that it's perfect for playing through storylines, hardcovers, things like that. Things that it's nice to have a fixed group for, that people have sort of struggled with playing at the virtual weekend sometimes. So if you've got a group of friends and you want to talk to one of our DMs and see if they want to set up a home game for you, that can happen. The pricing is pretty simple. There's no like booking fee like there's with the Red Carpet. There's just a straight per ticket cost per player. And unlike a Red Carpet, each player pays for their own ticket 1 game at a time. We'll have the tickets up 1 week beforehand, before the game starts, or more, 7 to 10 days. And then you can buy your tickets. Once tickets are purchased, you're into the game. And once you've got tickets to the first game, you'll get first dibs on tickets to every game after that. If a player can't make it to a game, that's fine, not a big deal. They drop out, and the tickets will go public, so someone else can still get a chance to play in that game if they want. If they don't want to, totally fine. They can just play short a player. We'll have 48 hours before the game is when tickets will go to the public to fill spaces. So it's a great system. We've been beta testing it a little bit. I've been one of the DMs beta testing it, and it's so much fun to have a fixed group. So we're very excited to roll this out larger in December, which we'll talk a little more later.
All right. So now, while I believe Ted's answering that question in chat, our favorite time of the day is the giveaway. Fine print. One lucky winner will get 2 free tickets to a game of their choice for the November virtual D&D weekends. The winner is going to be contacted via Twitch. There's a dialog box icon that says Whisper in the very top right-hand corner of your page on desktop. You have to be following the channel to be eligible. You do not have to be subscribed to it, the option that costs money. It's just a free option. So no purchase or subscription necessary there. The contest will close in exactly 20 minutes. The code word this month is !Gobble. That is GOBBLE. So !Gobble. If you drop that in chat, I do think that it has to be non caps.
Yeah, all lowercase.
So Captain Bounce, if you want to repeat yours, there you go. All right, and that'll get you all entered in. All right, now on to the meat and the potatoes. What are we going to be running in November that you can win or buy or bring your friends to play? Most importantly, this is all about friendship.
So many things.
Yes, we will definitely be talking about that friendship bit shortly. I think Spencer might be the one that gets to talk about that.
All
I
right.
love the talk, guys.
I'm going to start us off.
Yeah, start
I'm
us
going to
off.
start us off talking about the playtests, the 1D&D playtests. This is, of course, to remind everybody, the only way that you can actually do DDAL legal 1D&D playtests. We encourage everybody to make sure that you go ahead and provide feedback for the playtest wherever you're playing. But if you want to get AL rewards and continue to advance your character, this is the place to do it. So continuing from last month, we are going to be trying to run something that doesn't overlap with other adventures we have. So we're gonna this month do two-hour adventures for tiers 1 and 2. And we are choosing from season 7. So we're going to do a city on the edge for tier 1 and over the edge for tier 2. We're also going to have tier 3 play. And this month that's going to be 7-11, which is a lesson in love, which I have to say was one of my favorite season 7 ones. This is a 4-hour adventure, to be clear. Sorry, a lesson in love. A lesson in love. Yeah. So a 4-hour adventure. And there are 3 ways that you can do this. You can either, for tiers 1 and 2, bring an existing DDAL character and just do a rebuild with the 1 D&D options for the playtest. You can use any of the rules that are still currently up on the website. So if you want to mix and match stuff from older bits of the playtest and newer bits, you can. Anything that hasn't been pulled down and replaced is totally valid for that. And at the end of the adventure, you will just rebuild back to being a normal, regular old AL character. And you get to keep all of the rewards. You get to keep your item, your gold, your level, whatever you earned from it. You can, of course, also build a new level 1 or a level 5 character and incorporate those 1D&D playtest rules. And if you are a tier 3 character, you can make a new tier 3 character if you don't have an existing AL one, but those ones cannot continue on and become AL characters afterwards. You can't just rebuild them. You can only do a rebuild if you're in tiers 1 or 2. So that's how we keep it simple, keep everybody moving ahead. But you can, by all means, continue to do playtest stuff with that tier 3 character later if you want to. And everybody is going to get a minor event award from this. This is the Mirror Shield, for those of you who haven't seen it yet. It is a very cool, nifty little item. We do still owe some certs to people who played this month. We will be distributing those to your DMs to pass along to you sometime this week. And that does it for 1D&D, at least for now.
Yeah, it does. All right. For those of you who have been journeying through the Radiant Citadel, we will be continuing that. New this month, we have Sin of Our Elders, which is designed for level 6 characters, and Gold for Fools and Princes, which is designed for level 7. We'll be rerunning the Fiend of Hollow Mind for level 6 characters. And as always, of course, you can actually bring any tier appropriate Forgotten Realms character for these, but it is highly encouraged, strongly recommended, etc., that you stay as close as possible to the level. So as these are all that I have listed, tier 2, you can play any 5 through 10 level character. Sweet spot there is level 6 for Sins of Our Elders and Fiend of Hollow Mind, and 7 for Gold for Fools and Princes.
I'm pretty sure I got those levels wrong, actually.
Those may be wrong. It'll be correct on the grid.
They will be correct on the awning portal.
Fiend of Hollow Mind is level 4.
Portal.
Sorry, Fiend of Hollow Mind is level 4.
That sounded wrong when I was reading it. Fiend of Hollow Mind is indeed level 4, so that would be tier 1. But anyways, the death curse is definitely out of effect as well. So for chat, although you just don't die. It's fine. It's whatever. Not a problem. See, aside from Journey to the Radiant Citadel, we have a very special event happening this month. If you tuned in in time to see the pre-roll ads,
again, I write the doc, so I got to talk about Gangs of Waterdeep.
Gangs of
Just
Waterdeep. Oh,
You
perfect.
guys want to
Truly.
talk about the good stuff? You got to write the doc. This is this is widely regarded as like the best adventure in all of Adventurers League by many people. I know some people don't say that, but most people do. It's
I'm one of those
fantastic.
people.
I
Yeah.
won.
There we go. See, so this for those who keep this question a lot, is it part of season 8? Not really. It's related to season 8. It takes place in Waterdeep, and the
That's about
dragon
it.
the dragons are a thing, but
It's got some mentions, some
yes,
references.
but like you don't need to play season 8 to play this. If you haven't played the hardcover or the modules, totally fine. You're still gonna have a great time. You don't need to play them both. You can just play this standalone, and it's an amazing time. If you play season 8 or the hardcover, there's some extra bits of lore, which makes it even better, but you don't need it. Now this is an 8-hour, 2-slot long special. So this is a big boy. It's going to take all Saturday afternoon and evening. There is a dinner break in the middle. We're not going to make you play through dinner time.
So 9 hours total, counting that dinner break.
9 hours,
Correct,
including
correct.
dinner break.
This is your
There'll also be
day.
some shorter washing breaks and stuff in there too. We're not monsters.
It is pretty well broken up, so you will have
Yeah.
some downtime as you need it. But you know what? The time goes by pretty quickly. There are so many things that I want to say about it. It's spectacular. And the characters are spectacular too.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of a surprise.
So-
You may have heard some hints, some bits and pieces, but
So that's one of
If
the things
you've
about
played
this
it
is
before, please don't spoil the pre-gens for people who haven't
yes,
played.
please don't. So one of the things about this is it is a competitive event. So this isn't an epic where you're trying to work with the other tables to achieve a goal. This is a competitive event where you're trying to beat the other tables to finish the goal first.
Trying to heist the most heistiest heist of all
Yes.
heists.
I think I posted this in the community Discord server. I'm not comparing it to the Fast and the Furious movies, but I'm not comparing it to the Fast and Furious movies either.
I mean, I would have gone with Ocean's 11, but with less pizzazz.
Sure. So it does use pre-generated characters, but they're great characters, and they are an integral part of the adventure. The characters themselves.
Indeed. They tie very, very well into the story. These characters are made for this adventure, and this adventure is made for them, and that's part of what makes this so spectacular.
Oh, and it's so much fun. First time I played it, I didn't understand the language that half my table was speaking. Dang French Canadians speaking French. And I had a marvelous time. They spoke English also, by the way. Planning this heist with them and like having like my secret plans over here with my little partner and them having their secret plans, which were super secret because they were in French, and us all coming together and complete shenanigansing the DM. It was great.
Even if you've played another competitive or another open before, this is the one. Like this, forget your other experiences. This is the one to play. It's different.
And
you know what, Matt?
For that reason, we do have a little bit of something special that we're going to be trying out.
I want to answer Matt Dunn's question first. Not only can you, we encourage you to flavor your pre-gens to be family.
Yes, 100%. All right.
They come with some important backstory built in, but you can 100% layer on top of that all of the family that you care about.
Kat and you're my favorite.
Anyways, though, important things. Speaking of family and friends.
So one of the things about this is we strongly feel that everyone should get a chance to play this thing who wants to, and to encourage you to get maybe your friend who doesn't play online or your family member who doesn't play D&D at all, get everyone in the door. We've got a system called Bring a Buddy that we're running for this event, and this event only this month. We'll probably try it out in the future or some other thing. The way it works is if you buy 2 tickets together you'll see there's a special ticket. It's called a Bring a Buddy ticket. You have to buy 2 tickets together for it to work. You will get a 20% discount off both tickets. So normally tickets for this are going to be $40 a piece because it's a double slot multi-table adventure. But if you buy 2, they only work out to be $32 a piece, which is, cheaper, $64 for the pair.
That's
so that's
a
great
heck
deal.
of a deal for 9 hours of entertainment.
Yeah, it really is.
It is spectacular, yes.
Try and find something else you can do for 9 hours that's this much fun. You can't, not for that price. It's a whole day out.
Yeah. I was just like, I don't even think we could go to the zoo.
So for Bring a Buddy, you don't need to do anything special. You go to the normal table you want to buy. You'll just see there's an individual ticket and there'll be a Bring a Buddy ticket below that. You just use the Bring a Buddy tickets and you'll be able to buy 2 of them. They have to be bought in pairs. It only works if you buy them in pairs. You can't buy singles.
All right, that does mean it's one transaction. So, use the Venmo, PayPal, whatever to pay your friend back, or
Yes.
however you want to do that. You know, this is this is 2022.
Or just
There
treat
are
your friend.
numerous
Whatever.
ways to throw money around the internet.
Your friend's worth it. It's fine.
Or yeah, just buy it for them because heck, you want to play this game with them. Whatever, you do you. But the most important thing is like, don't miss this event. I am
No.
so excited for this.
We had to ask for months to get permission to run this. Months. We asked multiple times for months to
And
get permission.
Spencer spent hours making that ad, and I spent minutes making the ad that I ran on Twitter.
I did spend hours making that ad. You're not wrong. It was also one of the first video projects I did, though.
So worth it.
Yeah,
It is so good. It's so good. All right. Anyways, though, we've got
Lots more to
that,
run.
and that's what you should be super excited about. But we do have more stuff running. We're running more Spelljammer. The Light of Xerxes is running. That is, of course, packaged into 4-hour episodes. Episodes 1, 2, 3, and 4 return this month. Brand new this month, we have episodes 5 and 6, which conveniently will wrap up that storyline. It's 6 episodes long, and I guess if you're super motivated, you could do the whole thing this weekend, but that feels like a lot. That feels like a lot. That's a lot.
That is a lot, yeah.
I made the timing work so you can do it. The schedule allows you to do it.
Yeah.
I don't recommend it.
Yeah. We've also got Critical Role.
Indeed, we are finally bringing this beautiful, amazing story to a close. I have to say that it has been really awesome watching all of the people getting into Critical Role, into this story. It's not quite your typical AL story. This alternate campaign really is very character driven. It has a lot of those beautiful hallmarks of a game that you would expect from the team that made Critical Role. They've done a fantastic job with it, and it is very cool the way that they have set up the factions. Uh, this is it. We are running parts 9 through 12. 12 is the end of the campaign. Once again, you are limited to whichever faction you've chosen. So we have the 3 different groups of stories running through. Not everybody is necessarily going to finish it this month, so we will still be wrapping up for a little bit longer. But we are really very, very much looking forward to helping everybody get over the finish line here.
And it is a super satisfying and exactly crazy flower. Oh, yeah. So. All right. If you're looking to run some classic Adventurers League content, fear not, we still have some of that. Season 1 Tyranny of Dragons modules, again, not the hardcover. We are racing towards that finale, which we've teased also. So that's DDEX 0111, Dark Pyramids of Sorcerer's Isle this month, 12, The Raiders of Twilight Marsh, and 13, The Pool of Radiance Resurgent. You've still got time to jump in before we get to the finale, and we're going to have more on that in a minute because we are super stoked for that. We also have Season 9 Avernus modules run by Mitch Smithson. He's hopped over to Avernus now that he's finally made it out of Ravenloft, and he's a part of the Forgotten
Casually drink
Realms.
from this Avernus class.
Yeah, I don't. I get my Game Hole Con mug. This is part of the Forgotten Realms campaign. And this month he is running DDAL 9-1, Escape from Eltergard, and 9-2, Stopped at the Gate, which are both fabulous adventures. And if you missed out on that campaign back when it originally ran, highly recommend getting in on that storyline. It's super, super fun. We've also got some author sessions, and don't forget to drop that sweet news on the second person. Spencer.
Yes. We have some awesome art sessions. The awesome Luis Ricardo, who is currently on his honeymoon. By the way, he's not here because he's on his honeymoon. Is running his. He's running his, it's great. I've been chatting with him a little bit. He's having a great time. He's running part 1 and part 2 of his WBW trilogy that he wrote with his lovely wife. Breath on the Run and Between One World and Another. These are beautiful, actually beautiful adventures that were inspired by the natural beauty and culture of Brazil. If you sort of like this, sort of some of the vibes in Radiant Citadel, it sort of has some of that to it. not the same, but kind of similar. That it feels different and vibrant and rich, and they're really lovely. I highly recommend playing them.
And they're
Part
just
one and two,
amazing people.
they are, and the people, yeah, both of them are just incredible people. Part 1 and 2 this month. We'll be running part 3 next month. Merrick Montalvan, another amazing dungeon master who's new to Baldman Games, but I've known for a little while. Will be running her Wild Beyond the Witchlight duology, 2 episodes. The Ashland duology, Beneath the Eternal Glacier, and Under the Cover of Stars. These are darker, colder adventures in the wild beyond the Witchlight. So in the Feywild. So it's a nice contrast with Luisa's. These are, you want something a little bit on the flip side. These are very cool, and that's a joke. You'll get it if you play adventures. Merrick also having joined our community, so you'll be seeing more of her.
Yeah, we
in
are
the near future.
thrilled to have brought Merrick on board, and
Yes.
super excited for you all to see what she brings. She'll not likely be doing these streams, as she should be asleep right now, being 12
Yes.
hours offset from us in the Philippines. So,
Yes.
but you will see her around, taking on a lot of other projects. So super excited for that. But certainly not least, we've got one other amazingly talented person.
Yes, the amazing Mickey Tan, which, by the way, I read the name wrong last time. That's on me. Mickey Tan, amazing Mickey Tan, has his Spelljammer Dungeon Craft Monkey Business. I've not had a chance to play this one yet or run it, but it is very cool. Mickey's a very, very talented DM. He's only running 1 slot of it, so make sure if you want to play this,
And
do it.
yeah, Mickey's been with Baldman forever.
Yeah, his HG number is like double digits. It's like 2 digits less than most of them.
All right. And tier 4 stuff, Ted.
Yeah, Andrew Geesey is going to be continuing to run some tier 4 adventures this month. We have DDL 816, which is change of address, mixing it up a little bit between some different storylines. We've also got one of the PO adventures from our friends at Gamehole, running Border Kingdoms 108, Dark Side of the Rune, which you got to appreciate a good pun, right? And from the Lost Tales of Bithranor, we have the Tier 4 adventure Definition of Heroism. That's 0002F, which was a really exciting one. I have to say, the Lost Tales of Bithranor, very, very cool. That was a fun giveaway to those of us who DM'd at the 50th Gen Con. So I remember very fondly looking through that book and getting to take a look at this.
First off, Todd, he didn't say anything. He showed you. But anyways, also, we have all new Learn to Play. It's not really all new anymore, but it is our newer Learn to Play. It's an excerpt from the Dragon of Stormwreck Isle from the new D&D starter kit. We're going to be offering that again this month, so if you've got friends who want to learn to play, there's really not much friendlier place to learn than here. And then, they can play with you every month. You can take advantage of that Bring a Buddy. See? And we of course have some seasonal things because 'tis the season and we're getting into that part of the year.
I'm going to interrupt very quickly to mention that if anybody here in the chat has not entered for their free tickets, the giveaway is going on for 1 minute and 35 more seconds.
All right,
so
that's exclamation point gobble, GOBBLE. If you've not entered, do it now, all lowercase. If you've joined recently,
speaking of the season.
Yeah, I'll add one more thing to what Jeannie said about the Learn to Play. If you have a friend who's never played D&D and you want to play the Open with them, I schedule it so that the Learn to Play is before the Open. They can play Stormwreck Isle and then play the Open. that totally works. But yeah, seasonal things. So my friend and your friend and everyone's friend Calvin Bridges. Everyone's friend Calvin Bridges is running DDAL 0005 Winter Splendor. It is a fantastic seasonal adventure set in Waterdeep. We have a bunch of stuff going on in Waterdeep this month, just by coincidence. That was not planned. This is a great, devilishly fun adventure, I guess you could say, in Waterdeep. I really like this one. I usually run it at Christmas time. Calvin wanted to run it a little bit early in case you can't make it next month. Calvin's a fantastic DM and a fantastic person. Highly recommend playing with that. And of course, I'm back with some more random stuff, doing something a little seasonal. I'm running something called the Turkey Snatcher this month. It's a non-AL adventure. I took an adventure that was created by someone far more talented than me, and then I sort of expanded it a bit to make it into a full 2-hour session. It's going to be a good time. It's Thanksgiving themed, and it's going to be silly and zany and very, very Spencer. I really don't know what else to say about beyond that.
And
Alright.
Ginny's not at all excited about the title.
I am so excited just based on the title. All right. For those of you who have a hard time remembering all of that stuff that we just rattled through, you can find all of that on the grid at baldman.link/November-grid. I dropped that there in chat. Will there be candy corn? No?
No,
No.
sadly not.
Candy corn season sadly has passed us by.
Yeah, it sure has.
And
I mean,
that grid link is live now.
unless, of course, you mean candy corn that you bought from the store, in which case, please do devour it. It is delicious. Anyone else? We fight.
Ugh.
It tastes like honey and goodness. You're wrong. It's fine. All right. What's coming up for December and January? First off, what are the dates for December and January? For those of you who may not know, December is going to be the 16th through the 18th, and January is going to be the 13th through the 15th. So aiming right there for the middle of the month on both of those. Those will be up on the Baldman calendar. So if you've got that added, then yeah. All right. What about things that have gone, Ted?
Yeah, so we'd like to remind everybody, as we always do, that events that have left rotation as we are finishing up stories and getting ready for new stuff aren't gone forever. We do sometimes bring things back if it looks like there's going to be a lot of demand. Say an open that originally ran 4 years ago that people have been clamoring for
Oh my
for a
God.
very, very long time.
It has been 4 years.
We have had to ask for 25% of that time to get it, but you know what? Every once in a while you win. Um, you can, of course, always set up a red carpet table. The link for that will pop up in the chat for you momentarily. And of course, when you go into the Yawning portal, each month you will see the red carpet booking process. We've tweaked it a little bit. So there are 2 entries, one for if you want to pick your specific DM, and one if you just have some adventures that you want to run and you want us to pick the DM for you. The pricing and other info on what you need to do is always there. And although applications for this month's VDDW for November are closed, December will open as soon as the November one opens. We're just a little bit compressed because of how quick the turnaround was from October to November. But it'll be a much more normal one going forward. We also now, of course, will have our home game in the cloud option for you. The launch isn't quite here yet, but coming in December, of course, as Spencer mentioned, you will be able to look for some slightly longer storylines that you can run in between VDDWs, just in case the timing doesn't work out for you to show up for one of the weekends.
All right. And of course, coming up, we have Dragonlance. I know everyone's super excited for that. Dreams of the Red Wizards, INT 3-4 didn't make the November grid, even though the 3-month grid said that it would.
It'll be back next month.
That happens. It does happen.
It does.
It will be
This
back.
is one of the things about the 3-month grid that we always like to offer a caveat.
That
We
plans.
try to be as accurate as we can.
Yeah,
Plans.
it will be back next month to coincide with some things.
All right. Dragonlance, though, our exciting new original storyline is going to be launching at the December virtual D&D weekend. There's going to be the Prelude Adventure and the Epic. Tune into the Baldman Games meet and greet next week for some more details on that. And we'll have a sneak preview of both of those available in person at PAX Unplugged in Philadelphia. And of course, as we mentioned before, that ultra exclusive chance to play that first adventure for Dragon Mark holders before PAX U. Why you gotta ask me to post things while I'm trying to talk? That's not a problem. I got you.
Okay.
I got it. But yeah. So super excited, looking forward to that, and I can't wait to talk to, yeah, to talk to John, and
We
yeah.
have some other
everyone.
things in addition to Dragonlance.
Yeah.
We will be continuing to do more classic seasons of adventures. Right now, of course, we're doing season 9, which is going to be Mitch up through tier 3, and then Andrew Geesey taking over tier 4. We try to do 2 adventures a month in general. So if you miss them, they are going to continue running onward, and you'll have to use one of those other options like a red carpet or a home game in order to catch up. So this month is, as we mentioned, Escape from Elturel, and then Stopped at the Gate. And of course, we have our tier 1, which is wrapping up with our final regular adventure in the storyline next month, which perfectly leads us on to
Reclamation of Flan.
Woo woo!
This is my personal favorite. It's not just my favorite epic. I think, from my opinion, it's the best epic. And I need to preface that by saying an epic is not the same as a competitive or an open. In terms of an epic where different tables have to work together to save the day, this is the best one. Hands down for me, no question. I know Ted disagrees, but hands down, this is my favorite.
It was a particularly well written one. It came out in a period of time when like some of the other had been less interactive, and this one was one that really encouraged like camaraderie and the whole room working together, and there was an excellent
I
like setup
do
for the
very
projector,
much like it.
and like there's a lot of moving pieces going on in it. And I am in no way biased about this epic being amazing because of the events that followed it.
Absolutely. Yeah, Flan is
it's
all
election, everybody. A fair and equitable election.
it's all about teamwork.
Very
That's the thing. The tables have to work together or it goes real bad. So it's a great time. Tier 1, 2, and 3 get to play this one as well. So like basically everyone who's not tier 4, tier 4 players, you're too overpowered.
Not yet.
It does follow up with the season 1 storyline. So if you've been playing through season 1, great. But if you haven't played season 1, still definitely worth it. I highly recommend it. But if you really want to just get a little bit of flavor context, we'll be running catch-up sessions of Tyranny and Flan, and the final adventure in season 1, just to help you get into things if you'd like the extra bit of background lore in January as well. So
I mean, the important thing to know is a giant dragon has taken over the city, and we need to take it back.
yeah, a really ill-tempered dragon. Also, it's one of my favorite Wandering monsters.
It's so good. Vorgan Sharax.
Vorgan Sharax, the maimed virulence.
The maimed virulence. All right. Aside from that, we're gonna have more Spelljammer. With surprisingly few space clowns, which I am a little bit disappointed about. We could just add a couple of clowns, here and there, whatever.
Which leads to my DC.
But Light as Xerxes will be back. We're going to start to retire episodes after this month. So after November, we're going to start to retire episodes. Episodes 5 and 6 will continue to run in December and January at the very least. Past that, it's going to depend entirely upon the demand that you are generating. So, if you like Spelljammer, play Spelljammer. If you want to see more Spelljammer, play Spelljammer. If you don't like Spelljammer, you could play.
Well, we do have our new Dreams of the Red Wizards adventures coming up. We talked about them on our most recent meet and greet, which you can find here on Twitch or on YouTube. It is Obscure Devotions. That's the new name for the storyline that's coming up. It builds on what's come before, but it's designed so you don't need to be playing previous DRW storylines in order to really get into it. You could either do the Red Seeds or Spelljammer Academy in order to sort of get yourselves primed for it. But it really does take off. It stands on its own, and we are pretty excited. So definitely watch that meet and greet if you're curious.
So excited. So excited. And for those devoted fans,
yes, last but certainly not least, Critical Role. As we mentioned, we have the finale this month. Consortium and Library, congratulations on getting to the end, the goal line this month. Allegiance, I promise we will get you there next month. We will get that part 12 table running next month. So congratulations to all of you who have made it across the finish line and those about to. This has been a huge privilege for us to get to run, but it is going away. So after December, it's gone. It's off the schedule, people. So
we're gonna do a new year, new things.
We got new content
There's
coming.
So much coming.
So much content coming.
So much.
We got to make room. So this month and next month, get in there, get playing.
All right. As a reminder, everybody, these are plans, which we just briefly touched upon, and they are subject to change. The further out we go, the more likely that is to change. So anything that we're saying now is going to be happening in January. That's the plan. That is currently the plan. It may still be the plan next month, and then in January, something might happen. I don't know. Who knows? But you can find the 3-month link at baldman.links/the number 3 dash month. That was hard. I've dropped that in chat as well. That 3-month link is always actually the same link. So if you just want to like bookmark that and have it on hand, like that doesn't change. And now for the announcement of the giveaway winner. Ken, I'm gonna let you do it since you got the button.
All right. Let's find out what we get, and if it turns out that it's Baldman_Games, we will pick a new one.
What?
Ink Particles. Congratulations! You have won. You have won the 2 tickets here. And as a reminder, we do need you to go ahead and respond in the Twitch whisper. It is very inconvenient, but that's how we are going to send info to you. And then we are hoping later tonight to have all of the stuff up in the Awning portal. I know
so that you can make your choice.
Real close for the last few months. We're trying to get out ahead of it again. So choose your tables, and we will follow up with you on that in order to get you set.
That is the plan. Alrighty. And I'm going to reiterate those dates for November, which are the 18th through the 20th. And so November, the 18th through the 20th, you can get that grid link, November-grid, the 3-month link I just put below. We, of course, always welcome your suggestions for future events, for future streaming segments, for, whatever. You can tweet at us. You can post on the community Discord in the BMG streaming category and streaming discussion. And you can, of course, Spencer, can you at least hold on? I got the last link in the section that I copy paste. 1 second, everybody. I just gotta make this thing November. Yeah, November ticks. You can also join us all over the internet. Tickets, Baldman.link November ticks. You can always find more information just about pretty much everything, baldmangames.com. We're going to be getting more and more stuff up on there, keeping that updated. You can subscribe to the calendar, baldman.link/calendar. Get that added right into your Google Calendar so you can have it with you at all times, and you could be the source of when things are happening. You could tell all your friends. Join our Discord community, discord.gg/bmg. Subscribe to our Twitch and YouTube. You can really subscribe to the Twitch if you want. You can use your Amazon Prime subscription and give us your free money. You can give us your real money if you want. You don't feel obligated. We appreciate it though. Every bit of money that you give us allows us to do more actual plays, more meet and greets, more whatever it is that you propose to us that we're like, oh heck yeah, that sounds cool as we could do it.
Right back in. Yeah. 100% goes
right back into Twitch. You can follow us on YouTube, where you can subscribe for free, because that's like a free thing over there. It's kind of weird the differences there. Or please follow us on social media. We're still on Twitter. We'll be on Twitter until it dies, and then we'll figure out where else we're gonna go. We're also on Facebook. We can't get rid of Facebook. Everyone's still using that. My mom's on there and all.
2 billion
My mom too.
It's where we, but anyways, you can join us on all of those, and if for whatever reason, none of those float your fancy, we actually have a newsletter that will go to your inbox every now and again, and it is definitely every now and again, because I have to remember to do the thing, and, yeah. So, that said, though, there are still 36 of you watching us, so thank you so much for everyone who tuned in. That's gonna be it for tonight. I'm gonna roll those ads again, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.